stories. We are shifting focus now towards Venezuela. US President Donald Trump on December 16th announced that Venezuela was completely surrounded, sparking fears among many that the US blockade would be seen as an act of war. Even as tensions have risen between the two countries, Trump's announcement came via a Truth Social post where he hailed the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. The president wrote on his social media platform, and I quote, "Venezuela is completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America. It will only get bigger, and the shock to them will be like nothing they have ever seen before. Until such time as they return to the United States of America all of the oil, land and other assets that they previously stole from us." Trump continued, and I quote, "The illegitimate Maduro regime is using oil from these stolen oil fields to finance themselves, drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder and kidnapping. For the theft of our assets and many other reasons, including terrorism, drug smuggling and human trafficking, the Venezuelan regime has been designated as a foreign terrorist organization." Trump further said, and I quote, "The illegal aliens and criminals that the Maduro regime has sent into the United States during the weak and inept Biden administration are being returned to Venezuela at a rapid pace." Now, America will not allow criminals, terrorists or other countries to rob, threaten or harm our nation, and likewise will not allow a hostile regime to take our oil, land or any other assets, all of which must be returned to the United States immediately. A blockade is the act of preventing people, goods or communication from entering or leaving an area like a port, city or a country. Often military force or physical barriers are used to cut it off from the outside world, and blockades are common in wars and protests. Trump's move, which comes after the seizure of a Venezuelan oil tanker and strikes on boats which were apparently carrying drugs or narco-terrorists, has sparked fears of a war between Venezuela and the US. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Brian Thomas with more on this. Brian, this is escalating a lot quicker than the world expected. The US is saying that they have blockaded Venezuela. They have stopped all incoming into the country and all outgoing from the country. They have also said that all those people who came in during Joe Biden's regime to the United States are now being sent back to that country.
Well, yes, US President Donald Trump said that Venezuela is now encircled by what he described as the largest naval force ever assembled in South America, warning that the pressure on the country will only intensify, and claimed the measures would remain in place until Venezuela returns all oil, land and other assets that he alleged were taken from the United States. Not only that, Trump also accused the Maduro government of using oil from what he described and called stolen oil fields to fund its rule, as well as drug trafficking, terrorism, human trafficking, murder and kidnapping, and citing these allegations also including terrorism, drug smuggling and human trafficking. He said that the Venezuelan leadership has been formally designated as a foreign terrorist organization. Announcing his new action also, he said that he ordered a total and complete blockade of all sanctions of oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela, and alleged that illegal immigrants and criminals sent to the US by Maduro government during the Biden administration are also now being rapidly returned to Venezuela. Yes.
Brian, I'd request you to stay on with us. We have some more inputs on the story. Oil prices have settled near 5-year lows in the previous session on progress in the Russia-Ukraine peace talks, as a deal may see Western sanctions on Moscow eased, freeing up supply at a time of fragile global demand. Trump ordered a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers entering and leaving Venezuela as well, adding that he now regarded the nation's rulers as a foreign terrorist organization. Trump's comments came a week after the US seized a sanctioned oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, stepping up a pressure campaign on the government of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, who Trump has blamed for drugs entering the US. So obviously, Brian, we see that this conflict will affect the cost of oil, and that's the effect that's coming in, Brian. What more could you tell us on that?
Well, yes, clearly as of now, US crude future climbs also over 1%. And he even described this as a total and complete blockade of all sanctions of oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela. And even Trump ordered the blockade of sanctions of Venezuelan oil tankers and said that he now considers the country's ruling leadership a foreign terrorist organization. And again, yes, this remark also comes week after the US also seized a sanctioned oil tanker off Venezuela's coast. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian, for all those details. Well, that's a wrap from us on this bulletin, but we'll see you after this very short commercial.
Co-powered